Hello, friends. Okay, I'm trying new things. Oh my goodness. Hi, it's Chris. Hello, hello, hello. I am here today to answer a few questions about my new Sacred Feminine Embodiment Coaching Program. So, I am trying this on several different platforms. I'm trying this with a new program. So bear with me. I may pause and be distracted by technology, but this is me in my evolutionary process of my business, of my offerings. So welcome, first of all, and happy Friday. If you're watching this live, it is Friday. It's a beautiful sunny day for us here in Michigan. And this video is a shout out to all my ladies, all the Gen X ladies that are moving and grooving and transitioning like I am, because many of us are reaching that mid-century mark. And I was thinking about who I work with mostly. And quite honestly, it's mostly women like me who are children of the 80s, who have had careers, who have raised families, who have taken care of everyone else. And now they're feeling the burn from that. And so this video is for all of you women out there that are wondering what the heck happened to you, to your life, to your dreams and hopes and goals. Before I get too far into what I'm going to talk about today, let me introduce myself. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Chris Batzner, and I am the guide and the lead mentor at Central Michigan Kundalini, where we do all things Kundalini, but more specifically, we focus on helping women and people, humans, move through major life transitions with grace, ease, and comfort. And we do this through the body, the wisdom of the body, through somatic movement, through embodiment practices, and all of it is based in Kundalini, divine feminine, power of the feminine Shakti energy. So let's get back to answering questions. I'm going to take a moment. I'm seeing some comments come in. Let me know if you're seeing this. Let me know where you're coming from so I can see where I'm reaching. Lori, I just saw that you commented. Awesome. So let's talk about my Sacred Feminine Embodiment Program. This is what I used to call my private mentorship program, and that name was kind of a little dry, a little boring, not really descriptive of what we do in my sessions and my coaching sessions. And so I really took about a month and sat with it and thought about it and really looked at what I am doing with the clients in this program. And I came up with this name. It was downloaded to me over a couple of different days and dreams and coachings. And the Sacred Feminine Embodiment Coaching Program is the heart of what I do. And this is, like I said, for women, traditionally Gen Xers, because that is who I am, and our generation needs a little bit of love, right? And most of us that are in that generation are moving through some major life transitions, whether our children are leaving the home, whether we are finishing careers, starting careers. Big transitions are happening for us in our lives. And I created this program to help us navigate all of those changes. And so I focus mostly on women because a lot of what I do is based in Kundalini and as that feminine energy. Now, that does not mean that any gender would not benefit or could not participate in this program. This just simply means that we are embodying the feminine. And I find that often, for me, I resonate more with people in my generation, and that's where my expertise is, right? Because I've experienced it. So let me say, if you are someone who doesn't sleep at night, who has chronic pain in their body, oh my gosh, so maybe that chronic pain wakes you up, like my hands hurt, my back hurt, my neck hurts, my feet hurt, all of those things. This program addresses all of that. If you don't sleep at night, that monkey mind wakes you up in the middle of the night with all of those thoughts racing and racing and racing, this is for you. If you are finding yourself short-tempered, right? Like, oh my gosh, my partner's getting on my last nerve, driving a car. I can't stand to go behind these slow people, or everyone's going too fast, or whatever the case may be. You find yourself just being short-tempered. This program is for you, because we have built up these patterns over our years that keep us in this nervous system overdrive, this fight or flight. And our body isn't meant to function like that over the long term. It's meant to have that function to protect us. But over the long term, we aren't supposed to stay in that state. So, what we do in this program is we calm and regulate our nervous system. Everything that I do is returning to the body. Our body is our best healer. Our wisdom of medicine is in our own bodies. Our bodies have our own truth. And what's happened over time is that we forget, or we don't listen, or we don't see. We block it. We just keep going through the busy. We keep going through the overwhelm. We keep going through the distractions, when really our body is screaming at us, whether it's lack of sleep, whether it's chronic pain, whether it's migraines, whether it is short-tempered, whether it's whatever, heartburn, whatever the case may be. That's our body screaming at us that it wants something different. And so what we do in this embodiment coaching is return to that wisdom. We learn to listen to our body again. It's super powerful. It's super amazing. And I focus mostly on women because we take care of everybody else. Like, traditionally, the woman role is to take care of family, to take care of the house, to do all of the things. We are trained to not listen to our bodies. And so think of how amazing it would feel if you took care of yourself. Think about how amazing it would feel if someone came into your world, gave you a great big hug. If you're a hugger, I'm a hugger, and just held you for a minute and just stopped you for a minute. When was the last time you did that for yourself? Gave yourself a hug, gave yourself a moment to pause. Think about that. Think of how good that would feel. And so I teach you tools to use, not only when you're with me, but on your own, tools to help you regulate and re-regulate your nervous system so that you start to sleep better, so that you start to know that, oh, I don't want to eat 17 million tacos. I'm just doing that because I'm exhausted and overloaded in my sensory perceptions. What I really want is maybe an apple, or maybe 3 tacos, or maybe 5 tacos. I don't know. But you start to be able to have that conversation with yourself, which so many of us don't do, are unable to do. And so I teach you these practices, these embodiment practices, the somatic movement. We figure out where our emotions live in our body, and we use that as the teacher, because again, our body is our best teacher. The wisdom lies within us. So that is what we do in my Sacred Feminine Embodiment Program. And why? Why am I doing this? Why am I so passionate about this? Well, I will tell you a little bit of story about myself. I am a lifetime yogi. I did yoga when I was little. Many of you have heard this story from me before. I have done yoga from when I was very little with my mom, with that black and white picture book of yoga, right? We would pull it out in the living room and I'd pick a pose and we'd do it. That was how we would do yoga, even as a little teeny kid. I remember that. That's such a vivid memory for me. And I did yoga through my childhood. I went to college and I kind of forgot about it. And then I started to get stressed. I got my first job. I lived on, I got married. We lived on our own. Like, all of these big transitions started to happen and my body started to hurt. I gained a lot of weight. I wasn't sleeping. All of these health issues started to come up. And I knew I needed to change something. And yoga came back into my life. And yoga made a significant difference for me. And then I started to continue on my life, right? I had major transitions. I had babies. We moved to another part of the country. We did all of these different things. We went back to school. I did all of these different things. And in every transition, movement, whether it was yoga, Pilates, whatever the case may be, ballroom dancing I did swing dancing for a little bit, which was super fun. Movement was always a part of my therapy or coping skills. And so I have learned over my almost 50 years, because I am a Gen Xer, right? I'm a child of the 80s. I realized, don't do the math, by the way, just don't even think about it. I have realized that the thing that has carried me through all of these major transitions is my ability to return to the wisdom in my body and to be able to connect to my body and listen to what it's telling me and what it needs as I navigate through these stressful moments in my world and my life. And it's such a powerful practice that now I get to share it with others as they need help and support navigating through major life transitions that they're having. It's a magical process. It is a super powerful process. And quite honestly, if more of us were listening to our bodies and not simply reacting from our emotions from the moment, the world would be a different place. So that is why I'm doing it, is because I understand the wisdom in our bodies. I understand that our body has the most impactful and the most attuned wisdom to heal ourselves. And I've learned that for myself, and now I get to share that with others. So that is what we do. What's a session look like? You come in, depending on how you're feeling, what we're doing, we move our bodies. We start with an orienting practice. We always start with an orienting practice. We start to feel into what is in our body today. What emotions are living within us? What does that feel like? What does that mean? What attachments do we have? What stories are we deep in? And we move from there, and we do a lot of somatic movement, a lot of releasing, a lot of stimulating the vagus nerve, all of these things. And it's different for each person depending on where they are, because we are each unique beings. We have different nervous systems, different emotions, different reactions, different stories, different experiences. And so we tailor our day, our session, to whatever's going on with each of them, with each individual client. So I invite you to ask me questions. I invite you to send me a message to find out more. Enrollment is open in this program right now. Think about how amazing it would feel to have someone support you as you relearn the secrets and wisdom within your body. Think how powerful that would be. Think about what it would feel like to stop taking all of the medication and pain relievers that you take. Think about how amazing it would be to be in a stressful situation and still feel calm and not overwhelmed. Think how amazing it would be to give yourself permission to read a book all weekend and not have any guilt about taking care of yourself. Wouldn't that be freaking amazing? It is for me, because I have gotten to that place, and I am so excited to help other people get to that place. The world is a different place when you have a calm nervous system, you are connected with your desires, and you are able to have a solid conversation with your own body and your own emotions. So that's all I'm going to talk about today. I could go on and on and on and on about it. As you can tell, I'm super stoked about all of this. I will keep talking about it. Send me messages, send me questions. And if you want to have a conversation, have an insight call, hop on the phone with me, hop on Zoom with me, talk a little bit more about it. See if this is a good fit for you. See if this is something that would help support you through whatever it is that you are going through in your world. Send me a message. Leave a comment below. I would love to connect with you, and I would love to support you and teach you the wisdom of your own body. Okay. Have a beautiful Friday, my friends. Thanks so much for listening to this. Take a deep breath. You've got it. I love you. I'll see you very soon. Sat Nam.